Welcome. You with the Nasty Pastor, and I'm back with another read, another chapter read. We'll be finishing up a read from the fall of America. You feel me? And you know, let's clap for Minister Elijah Muhammad. You got what I'm saying? Let's clap for this man. My processing ain't yours. I don't see life the way you see it. You feel me? I see this as a self-help tool to realizing who's doing what in America, who's for America, who understand the separation of the BS to getting to a point that this country is sustaining wealth for to the what they used to call it when you a worker's permit, to the 16-year-old all the way up to the 70 years old. You got what I'm saying? Usually when you're 70 years old, you retire. You got what I'm saying? But you're sustaining wealth. So, let's continue get this education, this nourishment. Let's continue to read. Let's continue, to teach our babies. Because see, they're lost. They don't, some of them educated. Some of them educated, some of them get it, but a lot of them is influenced in a different light than their elders are, than their parents are. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of us have strayed from the foundation, and it's time to get back to the foundation. Everything you're doing now in your 20s can harm you in your 40s. You feel me? In your 40s, you're going to need some of these people you're harming. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to need them. Need them. You've been influenced to harm them. And when I say harm them, it don't necessarily have to be physical. You feel me? It don't. There's things you do to people that leave them mentally scarred. You feel me? SCARED. It leaves them mentally scarred. It transforms, it reshapes the direction in their life. You get me? And you may need them at 40 because you may need them to fight with you. You may need them to explain that this person is lying on them. You get what I'm saying? This how it really was with this person. And you can't always just speak solo and think you're going to win. You know what I mean? You need people that know you. For real, for real. You need people that know you. So I say this to you once again, you know what I mean? Be mindful of the bridges you break down. Be mindful of the people you have around you because, see, you got people that they put in your life at an early age. You give me an early age because, see, that's the first person view. I think that's what they call it, right? First person, third person, and all that. That's a first person view at who you are and what you're trying to do in your life. Let's go and dive into this reading, and we are in, let me bookmark this again. We are in, let me move back. Yeah, we are in chapter 29, and the title of chapter 29 is Fall and Rise of Nations. White America turned the world into evil, filth, and indecency. You cannot go out into the streets accompanied by your decent families without your being made ashamed of the work of the white man. He has made it lawful for people to go nude if they want to do so. Well, I got a little difference of opinion on that, you know what I mean? I don't believe you can do that one. You know what I mean? I don't believe a man can walk down the street with his, you know what I mean, with his jewels hanging out with nothing covered on it. I don't believe a woman can come out here, have her vagina showing and have her breast showing without something on it. Yeah, they can put their little pasty on their nipples. They could put a little pasty around their vagina, and they could walk, but that's not being completely nude, right? Right? Alright. A man could put a sock on his jewels, on his penis, on his, you know what I mean, DICK. And there's nothing the police can do. To be honest with you, if you cover up your whole private area, there's nothing the police can do. For real. For real, for real. Nothing. It is a dangerous world for a person who loves to live in peace and who desires to keep his own property as well as his life. It is a dangerous world. The rise of ancient Babylon with her persecution of the righteous among her and with her hatred of the Jews and their religion. Babylon was brought to naught. Is America better than ancient Babylon? No. The people of Noah committed the same evil and the same unsightly filth that is going on here in America today. But the evil and filth of the present day America is being committed on a larger scale than that committed in the day of Noah. The people of Noah were drowned and destroyed. You get it? And see, if you, look, I'm going to stop saying if you really follow me, if you really catching up. But you remember when I was explaining to you, you know what I mean, that I feel Noah should have went, you know what I mean? The bloodline of Noah should have stopped also too. Because when you look at the bloodline, you know what I mean? Yes, the bloodline started with Adam and Eve. You get what I'm saying? When you enter the Jewish community, in the Jewish culture, the bloodline has started with Adam and Eve. And Noah is part of that bloodline. You see what I'm saying? But when you look at the evil things of today, that bloodline is still here. That bloodline is still participating in evil also. And that bloodline is participating in righteousness. You get what I'm saying? It's a 50-50 thing. I don't care what culture you in, you're gonna have evil, you're gonna have good, and that's just how life is. There must be a balance. You're not gonna ever have it all good, and you're never gonna have it all bad. You feel me? See, when you get to heaven, you're gonna be pissed. If you can remember things, you're gonna be pissed. When you get to hell, you're going to understand that these scriptures are accurate. You get me? Accurate. But see, what you're going to be looking for in heaven ain't going to be there. I've been on my prayers asking for there to be a marijuana tree up there. For real, for real. You got what I'm saying? You can just, that real estate I'm forging, just, you know what I mean, put some marijuana trees up there. Please. You did it for me right here in this dimension. Please have it for me in heaven. So it was with the people of Lot and Sodom and Gomorrah, wickedness and filth had become the order of the day. The order of the day. Those wicked people were removed from our planet Earth. Is America any better? No. America is worse than that ancient people. Now, we're hard on America, you know what I mean, because this is where slavery was at its finest. And, you know, when you think of the now, you got what I'm saying, when you come into the now, you know what I mean, we had some brilliant leaders that forged for us a better way. And I know some might sit there and say, well, how is this any better? I gotta get up, go to work, I gotta get up and do this. That is the life. That's life. Even before Christ, even in the beginning of time, you still had to go out and work. You feel what I'm saying? If you had cattle, any type of farm, any type of reservoir, you dug wells. You had to go dig that. You had to go work to have that on your land so that you didn't have to travel miles and miles and miles to a stream of water to just drink water. You feel me? You have to you have to nurture your animals so that when you eat it, it's not of tainted meat. You feel what I'm saying? Regardless, work is a part of life. It's a part of life, you know what I mean? So understand and know that, you know what I mean, once again, the steps you make today is how life is going to present itself to you tomorrow. White America sees that we, the Islamic believers, the Muslims, want to do something for self and our black kind. But white America opposes us to a degree that she destroys our cattle, our farm, instruments, and our machinery. White America wants to destroy our lives. White America is planning to destroy our lives, but Allah too is planning, and Allah is the best of the planners. The fall and rise of nations. The fall and rise of nations, the quickest way for America to hasten her fall is to try and to mistreat and to do evil to me and to my followers. The quickest way for America to receive her approaching hour of doom is for America to always to try to find some way to block the success of Allah in guiding me and those who are following me. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know how to really, stand on that. I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? I don't understand when the things that you can achieve here in America. I really don't understand that as a whole. Yes, there's some red tape that the black community going to go through. Yes, indeed. There is some red tape that the black community going to go through. But one thing about appreciating the struggle, you're going to appreciate what you gained out the struggle, and whatever you was going after through your, you got a goal in your struggle. There's something you're trying to get to. You're gonna appreciate it more. When you're giving something, you're gonna appreciate it. Go look at your babies. Sit one day, look at your babies. They don't appreciate none of it, do it? $100 tennis, $200 shoes, they just throw that around like it ain't nothing, right? Right? You buy them a car, they treat the car like crap because why? They didn't have to pay for it. It was a given. So they don't understand what it takes to maintain it or what it takes to even get it, because it was a given. That's why I like, I'm going to do a little cross promoting right here, but that's why I like the story of Ramses, the son of light, so far, because it showed me how Seti was raising his child. You get me? And I just say this to you once again, I never gave my kids nothing. They earned it all. You feel what I'm saying? You get it? Do as we ask, and you can have it. When you don't do as we ask, I ain't giving you nothing. Point blank, period. It's not a tool of control. It is a motivational tool that directs you in the right place. You feel what I'm saying? I'm to nurture you. You understand me? I'm to nurture you because I've been on this planet longer than you. I have enough education. I have enough common sense to nurture you in the right direction so that your life can start off successful. What you do with it is the rest on you. You get me? Either you could stay on the path or either you could be bamboozled and fall off. And then I'm still supposed to be there to pick you up. I tell my son and I told my daughter this, long time ago. My home is your home. This is where you come to rebuild. You ain't gonna never have a bill with me. I expect you put some food in that ice box because you eat like I eat. You get what I'm saying? But you don't have a bill with me. You're to rebuild your life here and move on. You don't sit here and live off me. You understand what I'm saying? You don't do that. But know you always have a roof. Now where are we at? Where we at? Where we at? Okay. America. As soon as white America learned that we are trying to purchase wholesale quantities of low-priced merchandise for Japan for the benefit of all of my black people in America, America goes in to make it hard for me and my followers to purchase and to receive anything from outside of America at a lower price than we pay to America. This is evil on the part of America. America will have to learn us. America will have to learn that we, the black people in America, are the brothers of the black people, the brown people, and the yellow people. We have many Muslims in these lands, and to try to interfere with the success of the Muslims in America, which is coming from Allah Himself. Allah will continue to confuse America, and she will have the loss of her victory in any land and among any people on earth. Fall and rise of nations. That's the end of chapter 29. And I'm gonna say this to you right quick. I mean some real stuff. You know, instead of sitting in this country, beating down this country, you know, to me the best way, if you're against this country, go into another country that's against this country. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's what I would have did. I would have went to Russia, figured a way before I left America, went to Russia, sat down with Putin, figured some things with Putin, and I wouldn't have never wanted to come back in this country if I'm against this country. You got what I'm saying? But people sit in this country that's against this country, and you get what I'm saying? Why don't you go into another country that's against this country? It's easy to start a war. You ain't got to do nothing but push a button. That's all you got to do is push a button. It's easy to start a war. Very easy. Very, very easy. So I say this to you once again, you know what I mean? For our president that is in office right now, you know what I mean? Kudos every day to him. I mean, kudos every day to him. He's cleaning up America. You feel what I'm saying? He's cleaning it up. And I don't blame him. There's a lot of threats in our country that we allowed in our country, and it's time to really readvise, revisit the immigration laws and policy of entering this country. It really is. It really is. Look, you've been with the Nasty Pastor, and it's been another chapter. Read from the Fall of America.